Hello everybody, and welcome to another Calypso Cigar Review Quickie. I'm your host, Brandon Luna, and I'm outside on a lovely spring/summer day in Texas. It's like 80-something degrees already, so yeah, it's a little warm out here. Today we're smoking something from Kay Cigar over at cigar.com. She sent me a couple of samples of some things that you can't really get anywhere else unless you go online. So these are cigars that you can't find in your local B&M, but if you go to cigar.com, you can probably find them there, and for a good price too. So thanks, Kay, for sending me this cigar. Today's cigar is the AJ Fernandez Spectre, and it is definitely something interesting, I'll say that. I haven't smoked it yet, but man, this thing is smelly. That's all I can say about it. Because there's not a lot of info about this cigar online. All it really says is that it's kind of a mystery. The wrapper, all I know is that the wrapper is Maduro and Nicaraguan, and the rest of it is mystery stuff. Now, what Kay told me was that she thought that it was La Tequila, which is actually a pipe tobacco on the inside in some way, shape, or form. I tend to agree with her because it's very, very smelly. I mean, it smells like La Tequila. It smells like meat and sweetie meat. That's what it smells like. So and it's got a cool band on it. It's got the picture of the leaf on there, the tobacco leaf. So I like AJ Fernandez stuff. I've been really digging on it lately, and I'm looking forward to trying this. And what's funny about this one is the description on it actually says, if you look at the cigar.com information, it says we can't guarantee you'll like it, but you'll definitely remember it. So I'm looking forward to remembering it, and hopefully I'm gonna like it because it smells pretty bold, and I like the bold stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a cut and a light. You can actually see the La Tequila or whatever is in there. See if you can get that on the close-up. You can see it in there. It's like dark black spots. Yeah. It's very meaty. I mean, that's really what I would say. It's meaty and smoky. So I guess this is maybe his answer to the Kentucky Fire Cure thing. It's his version of it, I guess, from AJ Fernandez. And this is the Robusto size, by the way. It's a 5x50. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a light and let you know what I think after the first third of the AJ Fernandez Spectre. Alright everybody, I'm about to the end of the first third of the AJ Fernandez Spectre, and it has been a unique experience so far. That La Tequila that's in there definitely makes a difference. It gives it a very smoky flavor, and if I was going to kind of put a name to that smokiness and what I think that flavor is, and by the way, check out that burn line. The burn line's really nice. It's not, 100% razor sharp, but I haven't had to correct it at all. And it's pretty windy out here, so it's doing well. Yeah, so if I had to put a name to the smokiness, the flavor that I'm getting, I would call it barbecue pork. Like, basically, if you took some pork ribs and you threw them in a smoker and you smoked them, didn't put any kind of, salt and pepper on them maybe, but no barbecue sauce or anything, just that natural smoky pork flavor. When you pull that first little piece off and it's all charred and it's black, and you put it in your mouth and you get that smoky pork flavor, it's like a salty smoke. That's what it's like. It's like that. It's like a sweet, salty meat. It's really tasty, but not for everybody. As far as the strength of it, the strength is it's there. I mean, it's basically a full-bodied cigar, very full-flavored. I'm digging it right now. It's totally different than, say, like the Kentucky Fire Cured or the San Lucia, the Black. It's its own thing. So if you are a fan of those cigars, I would definitely say you could probably do yourself a favor and try this. I know you can get them pretty inexpensively online, so I'd say right now it's worth a try. Now the ash just fell off. Ash isn't all that great. As far as the ash on it, it's a little flaky. Tends to fall off at a ½ inch, if even that. But that's not a big deal. Just make sure you don't ash yourself like I just did, and you'll be fine. But right now, as far as the first third goes, when it started off, it was very spicy, like a red pepper spice, with that smoky, meaty flavor. And then about near the end of the first thirds, when I really kind of determined that that flavor was like a smoked pork. But yeah, it's got a long finish too. I mean, it's in your mouth and it stays there for a while. So I'm not pairing with anything, but I would think it would pair pretty nicely with like a Coca-Cola or root beer, probably something like that. Yeah, it'd be pretty good. Maybe like a nice beer, but not something too stout. You want to be able to taste the cigar. So yeah, so far I'm a fan. I'm going to come back at the end of the second third, give you more of an update on the AJ Fernandez Spectre. Alright, so I'm about to the end of the second third of the AJ Fernandez Spectre, and I gotta say that is a tasty and unique cigar. Not for everybody, but for those people that do like a very robust and flavorful cigar. If you're a fan of the cigars that are currently coming out that incorporate some of the pipe tobacco, like the fire-cured Kentucky thing and the other stuff that's out there, then this might be for you. You know, I'd say get a $5, give them a try. I mean, there's only really a box of 10 and they're pretty inexpensive. If you're a fan of AJ Fernandez, you're probably going to like this cigar because it does still taste like an AJ Fernandez cigar. It just has a little something extra. It's definitely, I mean, it's keeping me on my toes. I don't think that it's necessarily complex, but it's just, there's an overall smokiness to it, and that smokiness is incorporated into every puff and every retrohale. It's a little bit spicy, but not a whole lot spicy to me. I can definitely retrohale most of it and be okay, but when I retrohale it, I'm left with basically you know, my whole senses are full of that smokiness. More so than really I get from the Lucia. Probably on par with the Kentucky Fire Cured, but I really like the taste of this one a little better. But that's just me, and that's my palate, so that's not to say everybody's going to feel the same way, but right now I'm a fan of it, and I would definitely look at getting a box of those and seeing how they progress and how the flavors are going to change. This one has about a month on it. I'd be really curious to find out what this cigar tastes like in a year, just to see how those flavors are going to meld, if it's going to get too mild or what. Now, the idea of using pipe tobacco in cigars is not a unique one. It's been done before, and very successfully by some. Drew Estate has a whole line of cigars, the natural cigars, that have pipe tobacco in them. Now those, a lot of people think they're infused, but they're not. They have a sweetened cap, but the cigars themselves are actually just pipe tobacco, and it's sweet to pipe tobacco, so they have a different flavor profile. They're not going to be smoky like this, but they're going to be very sweet, and if you like that sweet pipe tobacco, then try the natural line. I'd recommend that as well. If you don't like the sweetened tip, the natural Dark Angel does not have a sweetened tip. That's the only one that doesn't have the sweetened tip, but it is still kind of a sweet cigar. It's just not as sweet as the other ones. So if you like this, maybe try the natural Dark Angel, and of course the Lucia Black, and of course the Kentucky Fire Cured. I'm going to come back at the end of the last third, let you know what I think of the AJ Fernandez Spectre overall. Alright, so I'm about to the end of the AJ Fernandez Spectre, and it's been a pretty wild ride, man. It's getting a little more complex as you get near the end. The flavor profile's changed a little bit. It's still very smoky and meaty, but it's gotten more pepper to the end, so it's definitely spicier at the end of it. I would say at the beginning it probably tasted more like a smoked ham or something, or a smoked pork chop or something like that. I think I said smoked ribs. The last third is more like beef jerky, like a spicy pepper beef jerky or something like that. It's very tasty. So if you like a meaty cigar and you want that profile and you haven't had it before, that's the way to go. It's very smoky, very meaty, and very unique. I dig it. I'm looking forward to getting more and seeing how they age, and you know, it's a good cigar, and definitely for the price, I think you can't beat it. It's not going to be your everyday smoke. It's going to be something that you reach for every once in a while when you want that smoky, rich flavor. Definitely be a cigar to have right after a steak, for sure. I mean, I haven't even eaten today, so it's a strong cigar, but I haven't had any of the nick-ups or any of that nicotine feeling in my stomach or anything like that. So for me, it's not that strong, but it might be for people who are not as into the heavy-bodied cigars. Definitely full-flavored, for sure. I would classify it as medium to full at the beginning and then full by the end as far as the strength of it. So before I wrap up today's video, I want to give a big shout out to Kay Cigar over at cigar.com. If you haven't ordered from cigar.com, call cigar.com, talk to Kay. She's awesome. She'll hook you up. She provided the sample on this today, and I wanted to thank her for that because we talked back and forth about it. She was really excited for me to try it, see what I thought about it. And I was kind of on the fence. You know, I wasn't a real big fan of the Muat Kentucky Fire Cured. I do like the Lucia Black, and I was hoping that this was going to be somewhere in between. This is unique. It's different, and I dig it. So thanks a lot, Kay, for the samples. As always, check us out at all the normal places you can find us: iTunes, Podomatic, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, and give us those comments and those likes. It helps us to find more listeners. And as always, it's been great smoking with you.